Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, from the Team War Chest League that wrapped up just a couple of weeks ago, it's going to be Neeb versus Supernova here on Eternal Empire, the latter edition. Bottom right-hand corner, it is our yellow Protoss player. It is Neeb. He's American. And in the bottom left, it is the Korean Terran. Wearing, let's say, sky blue-ish, it is Supernova. And this is a very, very early SCV. I'm anticipating a proxy here. I was told by a lot of my subscribers I needed to cast this game because it was bonkers. So, let's be the judge of that, shall we? Yep, proxy barracks here from that SCV. And a probe scouting here from Neeb. Just doing a gateway expand, I feel like. But maybe it'd be two gateways. A two-gateway push. Nah, I think it's a one-gate expand here from Neeb. Very safe, very economical. The best of both worlds. One-gate expand. Oh my goodness. Double gas here. What are you doing with this barracks? Wow. So it's not going to be... It's not going to be a Marine, that's for sure. And yeah, it's going to be a Reaper, but... What's going to come after this? We'll have to wait and see. Alright, so the Reaper's name is Raymond J. Johnson Jr. When Mensk asked him his name, he said, "My name is Raymond J. Johnson Jr. You can call me Ray, you can call me Jay, you can call me Ray J, you can call me Johnny, you can call me Junior, you can call me Johnny Jr., you can call me Johnny J, you can call me Ray J. Jr. After rambling on for almost an hour, he was put into a Reaper suit and sent to war as punishment for being annoying. I don't know what that is exactly, but yeah, look at that factory. Look at this. I mean, at this point, Neeb's got to be like, all right, something is going on. There's a proxy somewhere. He checks the natural. No. He checks over this way. No. And then he sends a probe out to try to find the barracks up this direction. Doesn't actually see it. And the Reaper's going to get in here fast. That's why you see a Zealot here. Usually you don't make Zealots versus Terran. Just make a Stalker. You'll be fine. Or make an Adept. But nope, not this time. Not when there's a proxy. It gets really dangerous here. So the Zealot is just to make sure the Reaper has to keep moving and can't just sit there and ping away at these probes. Meanwhile, Probe is trying to delay construction on this factory, but can't do it. The RNG does not help. SCV is able to complete that thing successfully. Expansion coming up for Neeb here. And finally, the Stalker's out. And did you get any kills, sir? One kill. That is actually really well defensed out of Neeb versus the Korean Terran. So, alright, that was fun and games and all. The barracks is going back home. The Reaper, I don't know, there's really nowhere to go back home. It's trying to pick off the probe as it returns back to its home. I'm saying home a lot here, but either way, trying to make sure, I don't know, anything around here gets scouted. Maybe if that probe decides to head on back towards the northern side of the map, he'll know. And it's going to be, wow, Cyclones with Magfield Accelerator upgrade. Holy, what is happening right now? Goodness to graciousness. Alright, well, it's going to be real fast Cyclone with another factory after it. Is he meching? Are we meching today versus Neeb? I feel like we are. Robotics facility coming in. Which, you know, Immortals not very good versus Cyclones, it turns out. Yes, Immortals do bonus damage, but Cyclones do bonus damage and have that lock-on ability that outranges the heck out of the Immortal, and it's not very fast either. These are zippy boys, these Cyclones are. So Cyclone and two Reapers going to show up here. I kind of love it. I really do. The Reapers can kind of deal with the Observer. Oh, hallucinated a Disruptor. Oh my gosh, to absorb the hits. And it's being healed by the shield battery. Oh, Neeb, you boss. Oh, that would have been so much worse for Neeb. But a lot of the target firing went on that hallucinated Disruptor. Holy smokes. I mean, I guess it's feasible. Is it feasible a Disruptor could be out? It seems too early to me, but it totally worked on Supernova. He went for that thing above anything else. One of the Reapers goes down. Oh, the other one's going to die too. And one more hit. Bam. All right. All right. So Raymond J. Johnson Jr. is dead, unfortunately. Rest in peace, Ray J. Jr. But, you know, 5 probes went down. Not too shabby. On the other side, we're just working on, again, double factory here. We're using the barracks to build add-ons for the factories. Widow Mines. It's like we're playing against a Zerg here, man. I kind of love this. I can see why my subscribers asked me to cast this one. It's awesome. All right, so 3 Cyclones out. We got ourselves a Widow Mine in the mix. Now a Robotics Base coming in, and we can maybe start seeing Disruptors in a minute, but boy, that was... I feel that's too early. On a 1-gate expand play, to have a Disruptor out that early just doesn't make any sense, but Supernova totally bought it. I think I probably would have 2 in fairness. Look at these shield batteries keeping these Stalkers alive when they should be dead. Just kidding, that one died anyway, and a Sentry died too. God, Widow Mine taking out a Zealot. That's a big deal. The Zealot's there to absorb a lot of damage. Look at this. See how the Immortal... Ooh, broke the connection, though. Broke that connection, too. Oh, getting a little bit unlucky with that one. Widow Mine got, you know, a kill. And got destroyed. This is so annoying. That bonus damage versus Stalkers and versus Immortals is great. But look, Neeb just pushing back. That Widow Mine gets picked off here. Supernova floating the barracks out because, again, he just needs factories for now. It's 2 factory pressure off of 2 bases. I feel like he needs more... like, more production facilities if he's on 2 bases and 42 workers, basically 2 bases fully saturated. And he is. So he's throwing up another factory here. Neeb, he's got his shield batteries. He's got 3 warp gates. He's going Colossus. You know what? I kind of like Colossus against Cyclones. Yes, the Cyclones can lock on and do that bonus damage versus the Armored Colossus, but Colossus range is insane. What's longer? I mean, it's got to be lock-on, right? Lock-on has stupid, insano range. So fair enough. But Colossus has more range than anything else the Protoss army has. Nice force field, actually keeping that Cyclone there so it dies. In the meantime, Widow Mine drop here at the 3rd or natural base ends up killing 10 probes. That's extremely, extremely annoying stuff here for Neeb. He's down to 41 workers to 49 for Supernova. And the 3rd base is coming up for the Terran player. Crikey. All right, Starport. First time today in 6.5 minutes. We've got a Starport out of Supernova. Twilight Council in production. And 3rd base running for Neeb too. So, I mean, economically, kind of keeping pace with each other. It's been up and down, largely kind of a Neeb for the last 5 minutes. But kind of evenish at this stage of the game. Again, Mules really changed the equation here. And Engineering Bay coming in for Supernova, that's just got to be for missile turrets, right? Like, I can't imagine that's for anything bio. There's no way he switches into bio here. He's introducing tanks into his composition, which, again, tanks pretty darn good against Colossus, for example. Just can sit back and rain fire on them from a distance. They've always been pretty good against certain compositions. Obviously, if your opponent is going, like, Mass Immortal, no, you probably don't want to go tanks. But otherwise, I don't know, tanks are okay. Won't say no to a million siege tanks. Although we have seen Terran players setting up siege tanks, and then Protoss just kind of dodges them, you know? Just kind of angles around to places where the tanks are not, and then the siege tanks aren't really part of the equation. Which is why you generally want to have your siege tanks directly firing on something, right? 4th base here from Neeb. Lock on. Oh, Lock on's going to get it. That's a cancel. That is a cancel, boy. And ground weapons got canceled. For some reason, did Neeb cancel that, like, on purpose? No. Is that +2? He might. I don't know. I feel like I saw something cancel down there, but anyway. 3rd base happily running for Supernova. I mean, Supernova, great player. You haven't heard much of him, but he's one of the younger players, up and coming over there on the StarCraft 2 scene. I would not be surprised if we saw incredible things from him for sure. Templar Archives coming on in here. Maybe is Storm going to be good against this? I don't know. Again, Cyclone's pretty fast. But if you can storm where Widow Mines are, it's going to be a good time. So 4th base timings. You know, after canceling that 4th of Neeb's, it's closer than it should be right now. Neeb should already be on 4 bases, but losing those 10 probes, forced to cancel his 4th Nexus as it was almost complete, is just brutal for him economically. And right now, yeah, Supernova's got that advantage. As the Mules, I mean, it continues to move down in favor of the Terran player. And look, he's even oversaturating his 3rd, so he can saturate his 4th base when it's done there too. Warp Prisms in production from Neeb. And Fusion Core coming in from Supernova, probably for Liberator range. Battle Cruiser's not very good generally versus Protoss, although we have seen games where they've been tried and succeeded at that. Like a Battle Cruiser trade, air weapons, but again, that could be Liberators. A Battle Cruiser transition in this situation would be bonkers. I would be excited to see that. So a bunch of Hellions like, oh, we can't engage with any kind of Protoss army. What are we doing out here? Run! Mega beeline for the 4th base. 2 of them are going to succeed in their mission of making it over here and then probably die to Zealots. I mean, yes. Poor guy. Cyclones coming in. Neeb is expanding like a madman. I mean, this is going to get canceled because that lock-on, again, is no joke. It's either canceled or dead. Neeb decided to cancel, which is the smart move. See, lock-on does outrange the Colossus, but it makes the Cyclones afraid. Oh, and you can fire while moving, too? God, stupid good. It's all very, very good. Planetary Fortress coming up from Supernova on the 4th base. That's generally when you can start getting 4ths here at the pro level. Start getting planetaries. It is battle cruisers. Hey, hey! They knew. They knew there were battle cruisers, and that's why I should cast it. Battle cruisers versus Protoss. A rare sight indeed. But something that Supernova is going to be going for here. Yes. I know. I know that JLC is probably watching this and very pleased at the presence of said battle cruisers. For sure. Dark Shrine coming in from Neeb. He's working on +3 attack here at 11 minutes, which is just really nice timing for him as far as those upgrades are concerned. I mean, +3 armors coming in, ship and vehicle plating. For Supernova is almost done. Sharing those upgrades is real nice too. I wish Zerg had some upgrades to share, but nah. All them upgrades are ground or air, the end. Ranged or melee, the end. Like, there's so many different upgrades for Zerg compared to everything else. Alright, so Neeb's like, I have an inkling that something crazy is going on here. I'm effectively maxed out, so let's put some pressure on the Terran. I've been on the back foot this entire game. Let's get something going on the other side of the map here, but the problem is that tank count is a little bit insane. Look at this. Phoenix is like, oh yes, there are like 7 tanks over here. A couple more this way. More coming in to siege up to protect this base. And there's battle cruisers that the Colossus are going to be stupid bad against. How many Stalkers are there? There are 11 Stalkers with +2 attack are pretty great against battle cruisers, but I don't know. I don't know against 3, 4, 5 BCs with tanks shelling them from a distance. They're not going to do much. I don't know that I've seen mech beat Protoss recently on the channel. I've seen it attempted maybe twice in the last 4 months, but I'm pretty sure they were fails the other 2 times that it was attempted. So we'll see if Supernova can do it. He has the talent to pull this off. I mean, Neeb has a better tournament resume than him over the last 5 years. Neeb's had some really high highs, but not recently. So I would not be shocked to see if Supernova could pull this off against Neeb today. So the battle cruiser is just going to wander into the natural base right now, and this might prompt a recall. I mean, there's nothing to defend these probes over here. There was 1 cannon. And look, so you motto down 2 of the Stalkers, finish the other one off, and oh, shield overcharge right here. Keeping these guys alive and actually forcing a battle cruiser to get on out. Both of them. Nicely done. Shield overcharge. Good spell, turns out. Good unit. Battle cruiser up here. Neeb has just been expanding like a madman. I've said this already, but it's true. I'm gonna have to jump out here. Again, Stalkers. So good against battle cruisers. It's why you don't see battle cruiser rush against Protoss. It's because Stalkers, pound for pound, beat the snot out of battle cruisers. Their anti-air against big tough units is insane. It's really good. So an Oracle on the way. DT Blink coming in. Which, I don't know, sure. Use these GTs as harassing units to hop on in. Try to snipe down planetaries, try to snipe down orbitals, kill SCVs, warp them into places. That's why there's turrets everywhere, though. And that's why this is a planetary that has multiple turrets at this location and a sensor tower. It's just like, anytime that Neeb is anywhere near this location, we'd really like to know, no matter what it is. Blue Flame Hellions cruising around. Transformation servos coming in from Supernova. He's going to make these guys into Hellbats when they arrive somewhere. If there is, I mean, if there's not a ton of defense, or even if there is, they're actually surprisingly good. So there's the transformation, but then a bunch of Stalkers are already warped in, and there's an Oracle burning down the house here. So this is just going to get shut down by Neeb. Goodbye, Hellbats. Battle cruisers coming up this left side, going after some of them probes. Supernova's own 5th base is under attack by a single Zealot, which is hilarious. Yeah, 5 battle cruisers coming in at a time, and they can't save the Nexus, and everybody just goes home. No battle cruisers died. Have any? No battle cruisers have died today. That is the control that Supernova is exhibiting right now. Neeb is upset. He's like, all right, screw this. These battle cruisers are annoying, and the Yamatos are a problem, but there's nothing actually quite repaired these guys. Bring some SCVs over, man, Supernova. You only have 300 total gas, but repairing these guys is way cheaper than replacing them. Careful stalkers wandering into tank range right there. Okay, so it's 81 to 72 workers. The income is now hugely favoring Neeb. Just the sheer number of bases that he has and worker count that he's rolling with. He has the economic advantage, but I think the cost effectiveness... Ooh, he's going to sacrifice a couple of stalkers to get that planetary. Not bad. That's a highly acceptable trade. I think any Protoss would make that trade any day. Take down a command center that's floating there for a couple stalkers? Yes, please. Yes, absolutely. Hey, look, remember those DTs we mentioned earlier? Look at them blinking through walls. That's not something you see them used for a lot. Look at them going after their natural enemy, the missile turret. Anti-armor missile all over this Protoss. That's beautiful stuff. Meanwhile, the battle cruisers are here. And they're going to try to wipe out this natural base. Maybe move into the main, too. I think they might force a recall, to be honest. Like, I don't know that Neeb has enough to continue pushing here, but he needs to stop this thing from getting too much momentum. I mean, that Nexus is fine. It's basically a dead base anyway, but this is where the production lives. Losing this production would be hugely problematic for the Protoss, but guess who has DTs inside the Terran main? Neeb does. Oh, man. Are we base racing? We might be base racing, ladies and gentlemen. That's a lot of stalkers. Remember when I said about stalkers? He just forced a mass jump out of there. He didn't want to mess around at all. Going after starports. Loving that. Does he not have any scans available at all? He's got one. He has one now, and there it is. DT down. This DT. Oh, blinks to the low ground. This blink play has been sick. Dude, lift the orbital. Good man. A Raven finally out to help deal with these guys. But, I mean, shoot. They did some serious damage. Supernova's down to 36 total workers. Are you kidding me? He took a serious hit to his economy. It's 72 for Neeb. Sure, Neeb lost a couple Nexuses, maybe a couple Warp Gates, but in all, Neeb's ahead here. 196 to 173 supply. He's got about the same army, but he's got a bigger economy right now. Oh, these battle cruisers accidentally find Neeb's attempt at expanding to a 6th base, or 7th base, and shuts that down. Neeb pushing in. Trying. Again, this base of Supernovas is just not happening. He's got the tanks on the high ground, but they're not close enough. Whoa! Neeb decided just to go for it. Forces the battle cruisers to come home. Both players trying to force recalls today. Yamato's on a couple of the Colossus. The Archons are like, we'll just kill whatever we can, I guess. Ooh, Widowmine's getting rid of one of those Archons, though. That was nice. Army's about 136 to 62, though. Like, suddenly Supernova killing it economically. Just army-wise, rather. This is a ton of battle cruisers. They have 3-3 somehow. I feel like +1 got started about 2 minutes ago. But +3 is done. But income, look at this. It's just been favoring the Protoss largely over the last 5 minutes. Losing the natural in the main is not nearly as catastrophic as losing, say, this base and this base, right? The newer sources of income are always more problematic if they go down. At this point, I don't know if you're doing anything other than stalker production if you're Neeb, and it kind of bears out here. He's got 27 stalkers. Everything else is single digits. Man, battle cruiser goes down. That's the first one that's gone down today, by the way. Only one battle cruiser has died. Oh, I like the double-pronged battle cruiser shenanigans. While Neeb is pushing on this 5th base again, he's not want to allow that to stand for any length of time. He's gonna try to... Okay, lost that battle cruiser. He's trying to kill the stalker so we can get this stupid base. Dude, shield overcharge is not enough to pour through battle cruiser +3 fire, my friends. It's just not, I don't think. I mean, the Blink Stalkers are trying to do stuff. He actually forces them out. But this group doing some stuff. Again, main base, natural base, third base, gone for Neeb. Not as big of a deal. These 3 bases are the ones that are worth defending. 28 probes have gone down, though. It's a total of 65 probes and 56 SCVs that have died today. Guess let's add to that number, shall we, boys? Let's do it, says Supernova. And then, oh, battle cruisers. Oh, they finished the Nexus and they jump out. They're going to finish off this Nexus too. Dude, Neeb. All right, so some damage has been done to the economy. 43 probes have gone down, which is a huge number. But guess what? Neeb still has 38 workers and Supernova's at 29. So the fact that Supernova has not been allowed to have this 5th base for any length of time today, like, again, we're going to try to get it here, is Neeb. Maybe it's not a great idea. Oh, Yamato dodging. Neeb? You're disgusting, Neeb. More battle cruisers from Supernova heading up the left side. He's like, you know what's not really protecting this? This back area is not very protected at all, actually. Yeah, this is getting epic tag. This is a great, great, great match thus far. And again, look how good the Stalkers are against these fully upgraded BCs. Insanely good. Like 5 Stalkers. Easily handling them. If you're dealing with battle cruisers as a Protoss player on ladder, just do what Neeb's doing here. Stalkers, man. Maybe some Tempest. Tempest are better at the lower levels because it's harder to handle them with your battle cruisers if you're a lower level Terran. But Stalkers are great. Still producing Widow Mines, which I love. Oh my gosh, the Blink dodging! The Blink dodging is nuts. Another battle cruiser down, but the Stalkers are getting Yamato'd real bad here. And that's your GG Supernova. Comes out on top in 21 minutes and 48 seconds. Wow. That was a match. Supernova ends the game with 29 workers and kind of 5 bases. Sort of 5 bases. I mean, his 5th base was mining, but that was about it. But again, this is mined out for Neeb. This is mined out for Neeb. He's got this thing running. This is under direct assault by the presence of the battle cruisers. They're here. Tried to expand here and got this shut down as well. Resources lost, 42,000 for Neeb and 23,000 for Supernova. That is some crazy cost-efficient Terran stuff, yo. So he ends with 17 BCs and lost 7. So he lost fewer than half of his battlecruiser numbers, which is nuts. Ends up losing a command center and orbital command, but kills 6 Nexuses today. If you kill 6 Nexuses and 87 probes as a Terran player, you're probably going to win. You just are. 112 Stalkers went down, 12 tanks. I mean, 56 SCVs. It was not a good day to be a worker here on Eternal Empire. I tell you that much. Amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. All right. Well, you know what? We did it. We saw Mech beat an elite Protoss player today here in the War Chests, the War Chest Team League, which was a lot of fun. Some of you people might have already seen it. I mean, that's what a lot of my StarCraft 2 casting is stuff that you might have already seen. But at the end of the day, it was a lot of fun to cast. I hope you enjoyed my particular spin on it, because that's going to be it from me. Oh, I forgot to mention, on Sunday, there is a StarCraft 2 competition, a tournament that I am hosting, and I am casting, and I am putting up the $200 prize pool for. There's a link in the description with information about it. It's going to be, tracked on challenge, cast on twitch.tv/Falcon Paladin. It's going to start around 2 p.m. Eastern U.S., which I know is late for Europe, and I know is bad for a large part of the world, but I can only do what I can do. So hopefully, tune in to twitch.tv/Falcon Paladin to watch me cast that thing. And yeah, I think it'll be good. So that's going to be it for me today now. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch. All at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time and always, thank you so much for watching. And you take care of yourself.